Masechta Chullin, Daf Nun Tes Amud Aleph. We're starting from Nun Ches Amud Beis. We're starting from the Mishnah on Nun Ches Amud Beis, and then we're going to do Daf Nun Tes. Today is Daf Nun Tes. Okay, here we start. Nun Ches Amud Beis, the Mishnah. You see the Mishnah on the bottom? Achuz Adam. Sagt the Mishnah, Achuz Adam. That's it's a sickness that too much blood comes in from heavy breathing. That's what the Ha'ara says on the bottom. So it's a lot of blood comes into more than the normal into the body. V'hamoshenes, or a lot of smoke was absorbed in the guf, maybe because the animal smokes. No, I'm joking. I'm saying a lot of smoke it inhaled. V'hamtzunenes, or you got cold. It's sick from being very cold. Hardufni, that the animal ate samamovas. They ate poison, but it's not from behemoth poison. Lamashal, there are behemoths like that. If they eat chocolate, they do die. A person eats chocolate, he gets revived. It's not a problem. So hardufni is only a poison for the behemoth, but not for the person. If the behemoth ate the tzoya, the number 2 of chickens, it's poison for the behemoth.
Poison.
Yeah, if he eats the number 2 of a chicken.
For the chazerim and everything.
Yeah, chaz is special. Oy sheshosas, here we're talking about kosher behemoths. Oy sheshosas maimaroyim. Or it drank bad water. What does that mean? It was left over overnight uncovered. So the snakes could have taken a drink and left some poison. Sagt die Mishnah kshed, it's still kosher, and the basa is mutba achila because in order to be treif, there has to be a defect in the aver, in the limbs itself.
But not what he takes.
Over here, there's no defect in the aver. Sagt die Gemara achla samamoves, but what's if it ate something that's not only samamoves to the behemoth, a sam for the other meichet. Or the nachash bit in the animal itself. Now the animal has the poison. Then it's direct. I mean, when a snake bites directly, it's not like drinking water overnight. That's more diluted. Here the bites and it shoots into the animal the poison. It's taka mutar the din of treifa. You're allowed to eat it. It's not treif. Because there's no defect in the Eva. You're not allowed to eat it because even though it's not treif, but you're not going to eat a sakana, the person can die.
Let's have the poison meat.
Shmuel said, he'll eat her. If the behemoth ate chiltis is now very strong, it's sharp, and it's like it's a very sharp food. Then it's treif. My time, what's the reason? Because eating such a sharp food, it makes holes in the intestines, in the inside. We're going to see all these dinim zetman punkt verkehrt, where achus zadam, if the behemoth had a sickness that it was filled with blood because of the heavy breathing, or it absorbed a lot of smoke, or ate the poison, which is only poisonous for the behemoth, not for Adam.
Whatever he said before, they say it's not good.
Before in the Mishnah it said it's good, and now he's going, it drank water that was uncovered, that you have to worry a snake left in poison. He'll eat tia. This is, the Gemara will say what it is. It ate up tia, which is a very bitter herb. Chiltis, right, or pilpulin. These are all kinds of bitter herbs that are mazik, the aver from the behemoth, the avorim, meaning the intestines, or it ate poison. Ksheda, it's kosher. Here it says it's kosher. Okay, ikisha nachash, or a wild dog bit the behemoth, mutaris mishum treifa. V'asura mishum sakas nefashis, but it's also because of sakas nefashis.
Because when he bites, it's not a.
A wild dog is mamish like a snake. A wild dog gives off
he has all
venom,
the rabies.
poison.
Rabies.
Yeah. In fact, you want a kasha chiltis a chiltis. The din of the Brais when they gave the chiltis is says shmuel. Why? According to the Brais, eating chiltis is not mazik the behema. According to the Brais, and that it should make it treifa. And according to Shmuel, it became treifa.
Kasha.
Kasha sama mavas hasama mavas. The din of the Brais with the gay sama mavas of the Mishnah. What do we say? The Brais says it's mutter to eat the basa behema that ate sama mavas, and the Mishnah says it's has mishum sakana. So if you want a chiltis like kasha. The bitter herb on the bitter herb is nishkin kasha. There's two types of bitter herbs. Come be'olin. If you're eating the leaf of the bitter herb, the leaves, not the bean or the grain.
Just the leaves.
Just the leaves is nicht as stark. So then, in such a case, it's not so strong and it doesn't make holes in the bnei mayim, so it's mutter. Kan.
Over here was so good.
In the words of Shmuel, is bikrotin. Bikrotin means the pits, the seeds, the grain are much more sharper, and it makes holes in the intestines of the animal. So you want some amavs like kasha, and you don't have a stira from some amavs. Hadam. The Braisa that is talking about a some amavs that's only for the behema, nish for adam. So therefore, it's not a sakana for a person to eat from the meat. But our Mishnah is talking about by a sam amavs, which is also la'adam. So there's a sakana for the person to eat from the basa. In fact, how could you say that? Sam amavs the behema. Hainu hadufni. We already spoke about sam amavs. The hadufni we said is sam amavs. So sam amavs has to be a stronger one. Hadufni is only a poison for the behema and nish for the adam. So when the Mishnah says Hamamavis, it has to be an additional poison that's also for the person. And you see, he says it's mutter. Says no, they're both the same. They're both a poison for Adam, not the same sam, but it's both only a sam for the person, a behema, not for the person. But Treigavne, Samamavis, there's two different gedarim of Samamavis for a behema. Hadufni, and then there's another Samamavis. So he mentioned two. So my tia, you said he'll eat a tia. You remember he said if he ate tia. So what is this tia? Rabbi Yehuda said, ikara dimrirta. It's a poisonous herb. Okay, Rabbi Yehuda, hayman da'achal tlasa thikle chiltis alibreikana. One who eats 3 shkalim weight of this bitter herb, eats so much that it weighs like 3 shkalim, mishtalach mashre. His whole skin falls off by a person if he eats it.
Oh, by a person?
Yeah, it's very dangerous. A behemoth for sure also, yeah. I think so. There's all kinds. There's the strongest. They have a whole chart of how sharp a person should eat, and if too sharp, it can really harm the person. Here,
The Israelis like how sharp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my father also liked it.
Charif.
My father always ate the hot pepper. I touched it. You can't take water. My father said if you take water to the Arum gave the ganze body, you have to eat like a bison, a cake or bread. Don't put the gleich noch ein Schaf, guy.
A bisschen Maschke after that?
But you have to eat really something solid. You can't have water. But did you have it with me? It happened. I only ate chiltis of 1 shekel weight. And we like the Yasam of Mahia, if I wouldn't have sat down in water to cool myself off, my whole skin would have fell off. I fulfilled it myself.
And your father said, don't drink water.
Huh?
Oh, he didn't drink water?
No, he went into water to cool his body off. It overheats the body.
I see.
So it says, the wisdom, either the wisdom of the Furs that he knew or the wisdom of Torah, revives, keeps the owners alive. This person who eats 16 eggs, and 40 nuts, Veshev butisa defirchi, and 7 garinim of caper berries, and he drinks a revius lug of honey. B'tkufas Thomas, that in the tkufa that we're on now,
very
in this now it's hot, and wait till the end of the week. It's going to be overheating.
100 degrees.
100 degrees. I'll liberate Kana on an empty stomach.
Misaka.
Misaka Talia Delibe. It'll rip
The heart.
all the strings that the hearts,
The heart goes.
all those arteries that working hard, they'll fall apart. It's very dangerous.
So why do you say this about?
He's just telling you that you got to be careful with what you eat.
You don't eat so much.
Eat something that the food could affect the insides of the body. There was this deer, young deer, that was brought to the house of Reish Gelusa. That the back legs were cut off. Batke Rav checked with Sem Sagidin. He checked by the Sem Sagidin is with the juncture here. You remember with by a chicken and by behemoth, you have a whole bunch of ligaments. And it's a bunch of strings. You check if it's cut. So he thought, okay, all the ligaments are perfect. So Rab wanted to eat it. He wanted to eat. He wanted to have a good meal. Why are you not afraid that maybe a nachash bit it and that's why it lost the bottom of its feet, the back feet?
So you have the poison.
So maybe there's poison. Amalei said, I've said to him, my takanta was the takana to check it out if there's poison or not. So he says, no, take this piece of meat, put it in a tan in the oven. It will check itself out when you put it in the oven. He put it in the tan. The meat fell into stiklach. It became nothing, deteriorated into nothing. The Rav, Shmuel said about it.
It falls apart, then it's no good.
Of course, that's poison. That's what it's not flesh would cook and stay, So here it fell apart.
That's the simon.
That was the simon. It was poisonous. So Shmuel said about Rav, Lo Ye'una Latzadikol Oven. Hashem makes it that no evil shall happen, no bad shall happen to a tzaddik. That's what Shmuel said about Rav. Kare Rav, Alei the Shmuel. And Rav said about the Shmuel, the pasuk, Kol Raz, every secret in the medicine, like honestly, is not hidden from you. You know all the secrets. This is not the first time. Shmuel, Rav had a very bad stomach. I don't remember. If Baba Kama, I asked today the ChatGPT, and he told me it's in Baba Kama. So the Rav had a very bad stomach, and Shmuel gave him a harsh medicine, and it really hurt him a lot. So Rav had to be Shultin. Rav cursed him. He says, "You shouldn't have any more zecharim. You shouldn't have any males, no sons." Yeah. And at the end, he saw it was refuah. He didn't realize Shmuel meant for his benefit. From then on, Rav was the Pesach day, but he always let Shmuel go ahead of him. He respected Shmuel even though Rav was ahead of the game.
Over here, he cursed him.
Because he cursed him. So Shmuel, so Rav, and Rav saw it was a refuah. So he started to give him respect, special respect for Shmuel. At the Alamo, you lost to go in front of him. He always gave him respect.
But he didn't have any children. He didn't have any sons.
No.
He couldn't.
Once from outside they come to race, you have to be so careful.
He couldn't chew it. He couldn't.
Tolerate.
That's it. Tzaddik Geiza HaKadosh Baruch Mechayim is very hard. Okay, sagt the Mishnah, Simone, the Tara Behema V'chaya, Nemra Min HaTeira. About the Simone Tara of a Behema V'chaya, we know, the Teira says, every Behema has to be Mafreses Parsa, have to have the split hooves, and it has to be Malas Gator, has to chew its cud. But the Simone Ha'oif Loi Nemru. In the Teira, it doesn't say Simonim, the Chilukim between Oif Tameh or Oif Tar, only it says 24 minim of oifis that are tamei, and the rest are tar. So the mother, but we know there's not the rest are tar. There has to be a siman. Not everybody's bucky. Which ones are the tamei one? You say there are 24 simanim, 24 oifis that are tamei. Megita, a bunch of them, and it sounds like Chinese, and so we need simanim. So the Chacham gave him siman. The Chacham said, we'll give a siman. Which one is the oif hatami? Which one is the oif haTorah? Kol oif hadoides. Any oif that can pick up a food and bring it to its mouth like a parrot, or you see the attacking birds, they are able to pick up like an eagle, grab. They're able to pick it up. They have 2 fingers in the front, 2 fingers. They can grab like a full hand. So their claws, they claw. That's tummy. Kol sheyesh lo etzva yiseda v'zefek v'kurkavan niklov. Anyone that has an extra foot, we call a foot. So here you have a picture. There's 3 legs in the front. The back leg, Lefi Rashi, that's the back leg. So Lefi Ramban, it's the middle leg is longer. That's what he calls that's what he calls the extra finger.
3 and 3. What do they have?
3 and 3. So the Rashi says there's a 4th one in the back.
Another one.
The Ramban says no. The middle one is Yeseda is longer. That's what means Yeseda.
Is that a matter of fact? What's the fact?
I don't know.
Pick up a chicken and check.
I'm sure you have. You have both.
Pick up a chicken and check.
It depends where the chicken is from. It says different places chickens have 4 legs, and other places only 3.
So for 4 nails.
Kol min sheyesh lo etzba yiseda, but zefek, and it has the crop. The crop is right here. I'm sorry, right here. And the kurkava niklov, and the kurkvan is azar kurkvan that has that you can peel off the shalachs from on top of the flesh of the kurkvan.
That's like a puppy, like you take
It's
out.
like the pupik, yes. But you can peel off a shalachs off it, then it's Torah. If it has these 3
What's the
criteria,
English name for a kukuk?
gizzard. Sagt die Gemara, Rabbi Lazar ben Tzadik Oima, Kol Oiv HaChilek Es Haglav. Any chicken that has a split in its feet is tummy. What does it mean, a split in its feet? That it has, if it go on a string, here you'll see, it has, or on a stick, you see it has 2 fingers here and 2 fingers here, and it holds on to the stick like this.
So
A parakeet, yeah, it's not a car, it's tummy. When it eats, if you ever look at a parrot, when it eats, it picks out or it puts it in its mouth. A chicken is not that way. A chicken pecks on the floor. So as the Gemara, that's the tummy. Ubechagovim. What about the grasshoppers? And here you have a picture. We're going to go through it. Oh, so kol min chagav sheyesh lo aber raglayim aber knafayim has 4 feet, right? It has 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then it has v'aber knafayim. It has 4 wings. The wings, there's 4 of them. You'll see when it opens up. The katsulim is the jumper stick, the feet. You see how this? You see how this foot goes on a V? That's it has 2 of them. That makes it jump. So if it has all that,
Kosher.
uknaf of chifnas rubei, and the wings cover most of the goof, it's kosher. Rabbi Yossi saying it's not enough that it has all this simonim. Ushmei chagav, and it has to have a name grasshopper because you have other things that's not called chagav. And it has the same simonim, it's not going to be kosher according to Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi adds it has to be called chagav. Okay, uvadogim, by fish, kol sheyesh lo snapir, b'kaskeses. Snappers means the fins and scales. Oh, here's the fish guy, but I'm just saying,
No,
the
I'm
scales
saying,
are the... Yeah.
I was talking before about the aphids. Now, how come he came to the fish now? Before
He's going through everything of what's Torah.
What's kosher?
No
What's
pictures
kosher?
on fish. There's no pictures. on fish.
I know. Fin, okay, fins and
You can
scales.
provide fish.
Oh, you can show you a
I have to
picture.
bring up the fish.
Okay.
I'll bring you a fish.
All right.
A fish tank.
Or you take a picture, you'll see the fins and the scales. Okay. Kol sheyesh lo snapir b'kaskeses. Anything that has fins and scales.
Who David?
Rabbi Yehuda Ima Shnei Kaskasen has to have 2 scales, usnapa echad, and 1 fin, minimum. Not minimum. That's what it has to have. Kaskasen hakfuyim bay, and these kaskasen, the scales have to, which it has to be like part of
The body of it.
body, right? Which is part of the skin of the fish.
Sure.
It should be like nails. That's how the scales are. Usnapinin haperech bahem. And the snapinin should look like wings that they can fly, but it's made to swim.
Yeah.
But it should look like wings. The These are the simonim of a behema teira. Kol behema mafresas pasa, v'shesa shesa. The end of the pasuk shtei process mila and mila geda. That's my behema oisa techila. That's what the fin of the pasuk says. Only that has split hooves, and it's mila geda. Those are the behemoths that you can eat. Kol behema shemalas geda. Any behema that's milas geda, but you do a shein leishinaim lamayla uteira. It's for sure doesn't have the top. It doesn't have teeth on the top. Any behema that is milas geda hatishkin seina doesn't have teeth on the top.
But
Like
she
you-
has teeth.
It has the bottom teeth, not the top.
Top has the teeth.
Right, no teeth.
How does it chew?
It chews. It takes a lot of time.
So it chews with its gums?
Yeah. It goes. It takes a while, and then
There's no dentist. they
Again.
put it on.
Back and forth.
okay, you can put in implants. Okay, uklalahu. In fact, you want uklalahu? Is it taka rule that every behema that's milas geda doesn't have teeth on the top? But a gomel, the milas geda who be'elishanayim lamaila. A gomel, a camel.
Camel, Camel.
A camel is nishkosh and it's milas geda.
Or
And you said is milas geda doesn't have teeth. A gomel.
About this, my friend's pasta. Camel.
Yeah, no.
It's just
But
camel.
tell me, so lecheda, if it's malageda, it should be.
It has those.
So it should be okay. And we said it's with tummy, and like you said, it's tummy. Says you want a gummo? Niva Islay. It has the canines. If you look by a gummo on the sides, it has the long teeth. We call it the canines. By a hunt, what's the dangerous teeth? Those long ones. After these teeth, they have long ones that come out. Those are the canines.
Deep in.
Yeah. Says the Gemara, okay, it does have, I hear you, but they bang gumel, they didn't have Leslie. But the son of a gumel, a young camel, doesn't have any teeth. Visu, and even more so, they shafim barneves. It's not over here, it's not mamash a rabbit. Here he says it's in the family, it looks like. They call it, the shafim, they call it, I wrote it down, hyrax. Barneves is here. It's similar to a rabbit, it almost looks like a rabbit. Malageda, they're malageda. V'yeslam shnayim lamayla. You said if the malageda they don't have shnayim and they have shnayim lamayla, utmeim and they're tummy. So is that nachakasha? So you see, you said whenever it's malageda, it doesn't have teeth lamayla, and here you see a hat. A third kasha. So the first kasha is by a gumel, a ben gumel hatnishkin, it doesn't have teeth on the top, and you said it's tummy. The second shaila was that the shafim ba'neves that looks like a rabbit, a malageda, and they do have. You say they wouldn't have teeth on the top. They do have teeth on the top. I said, does it say in the Torah that a behemoth is tired if it doesn't have teeth on the top? Why is the Braisa bringing this? A behemoth that's milas geda is for sure it doesn't have teeth on the top, as if that's one of the simanim from the Torah. The Torah doesn't mention that. Only this is b'shat. Kol behemoth she'ein la shenayim lamayla. Any behemoth that doesn't have teeth on the top part of its mouth, b'yadua she'i mailas gedo mafresas parsa uteira. It's for sure, if it doesn't have teeth on the top, then you can be sure that it's a mailas gedo, and it has split hooves, and it's tired. In fact, your mother, why do I need that simon? So pick up its feet and see if it's split for hooves. And then it will automatically go simon for tara. And your mother, it's talking about the parses were cut off. So you can't tell if it has split hoofs. And like he took a journey in the desert. He found the behema that the prosim, the hooves were cut off. You can't. The bottom of the feet were cut off. They cut off by a horse. They put a shoe on. You can't tell if it's mafris.
How she walked in if she has no feet?
No, they cut it off and put like a shoe on, a cover to be able to walk.
So they cover it up.
So you can't tell. Right.
Yeah, no,
It's cut. So how are you going to check? By the bifia, you tell her, open up the mouth, zog, I'm just joking. You bite the bifia, you check the mouth. Then you know for sure it's a malageda and it's tired. If it doesn't have teeth, but if it has teeth, lamaila. So then you know it's not a malageda and it's tamei. But he has to recognize what is a gomel, and he has no. If it's a gomel, it's no good because the only one that
I
has
think
similar
you
simonim.
cannot make a mistake with a behemoth.
A gumel. Oh, so that's what he's saying. But even a young gumel, you have to be able to tell that.
So why is it gummel today?
Because it's not mafris parsa.
So only Malagera.
Ja, no.
Zag the Gemara, gumel nevi islay. In fact, Gemara, what do you mean gumel? That he has to know there's a gumel. A gumel has teeth. He'll know right away. It's tummy. It has teeth. So Gemara, Ella ubavat sheyaka ben gumel. It means a ben gumel. A small gumel. He can't. It doesn't have teeth. Zag Gemara, how are you saying on this siman that if it doesn't have shenaim lamayla, it doesn't have teeth on the top, it's tar. Lahava marta ike ben gumel. Didn't you say that it's shaykh that by a ben gumel there's no teeth? So ikanami the mina achrinu damil ben gumel. Who says there's no other min that's similar to a ben gumel that doesn't have teeth l'mayla? And you want to loisal kadaitach. It shouldn't enter your mind that there's another animal aside from a gumel that's myla gata and has teeth. The Tanit of Rabbi Yishmael, for in the yeshiva Rabbi Yishmael, and it was learned in the Brais in the basement of Rabbi Yishmael. Es a gomel ki maila geta hu. It says that a gomel is a maila geta, and it says who. What's the who? Shalom ba'ilame HaKadosh Baruch Hu yedei shein l'cha dava maila geta the tummy. There's no other dava maila geta, and it's still tummy. Ela gomel. The only one that there is who. Only the gomel. No, it's nicht kemal gera. Mafris parsa. Lefika parabaya kasahu. That's why the Torah says who to tell you only which one will have malagata with teeth. Only gummo, but all the other ones not. Or even without teeth, but it's only a gummo.
That's even this one that goes on the trees with the big tails. What is it called? Those are little.
The
little.
Nevis, I'm talking about the rabbits.
Not rabbits. I see them running on the trees.
Squirrels.
Squirrels.
No, they don't have.
Those I see they eating.
They're not malagata. They don't have two stomachs that can regurgitate.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He was going on a journey, and he found that the animal's mouth was cut up, so he couldn't check nothing. So how are you going to check? You can't check the mouth if there was teeth, and that was cut, it was damaged. Then you check its hooves, the feet.
Yeah.
In Pasay case, if the feet are split hooves, then we know it's tired. In love, if it's not matresses pasa, if it doesn't have split hooves, but you do a sheet made, then we know for sure it's tummy.
If you see the mouth is knocked,
But it's not a mum because it has to be neighbor. It's just missing teeth.
No, but so you say the mouth is all messed up.
Messed up, right?
So what's it mean?
It's a mum. The mouth is there. Everything is intact.
Is it kosher behemoth?
Kosher behemoth, yeah. It only becomes treif only if it doesn't have the simon of a Torah behemoth, then it's treif. So it's like the Gemara, what happened? If it's not mafis possible, you do a sheet meya, then we know it's tamei. But he has to know what a chaze is, because a chaze could have mafris pasa or a chaze is tamei. Didn't you say that there's a chaze which is mafris pasa and it's not a maila geda and it's tamei? So maybe he can the damil chaze. Maybe we can find another means that's similar to a chaze that's mafris pasa. And it's not malagata, and how could you just? And the mouth is broken. How could you rely on the mafris pasa if it's a different min? A chazi, you'll know it's tummy. But what's if it's a different min and you can't tell from the mouth and it's mafris pasa? How do you know that it's? How you can know it's tummy? So there's no other one chutz from a chazi. The Tanit of Rabbi Yishmael. But in the Beis Medrash, it was learned in the Brais in the Beis Medrash of Rabbi Yishmael. It says "V'es a chazi." Ki mafris parsa who steht. Shalom ba'ilama yedei shein l'chodova shemafris parsa be'tamei el chaze. It's a known thing for HaKadosh Baruch Hu that there's no other animal that's mafris parsa and it's tamei except for chaze. Lafika parabay akasav who to teach us Dafka Chazah is Mafris Pas and it's Tameh.
Why the guy?
But all the other behemoths are going to be automatically tired.
That's what
What's so
it's saying.
special about a chazah that all the goyim eat chazah?
Ich weiß, I don't
That's what I'm
know.
saying.
I didn't eat Chazah, I can't tell you.
No, but you see that. They're
But there's a saying, as Me'esh and Chazah, so Sharidim from oil.
That's what it's saying. That's what they say also, Chaza, Kosher Fisa.
Kasher Fislach, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Rav Chizda said, Hoy Ma'al Bamidbar, one who was traveling in the desert, Umatz Behema Shapir Gamas.
Traveling a lot of places, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
and he found a behema
Right.
with the whole mouth was torn apart. So he saw chatuches, and also he can't check the hooves because the feet were cut off. So beide big psara. So what does he have? He has to check in the animal itself.
Oh, yeah.
Im halach shas ve'erev. So you look under the tail by the muscles in the back under the tail. So you have muscles going this way and this way.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a picture, but it's going
Yeah,
both
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Shas ve'erev.
All right.
So if it's going Shas v'Arev, then b'yadu she'itayah, then it's tired. But if they're all going one direction and they don't go,
Why can't we check with every behemoth to see if there's Jesse Barry?
it's a big job. That's a big job to go cut the back of the animal by the hip. We're soon going to learn. Ubavat sheyakir orud. B'im lav. And if the bus is not Shas v'Arev, b'yadu she'itayah, then we know for sure it's tamei. Ubavat sheyakir orud. But he has to know what a wild donkey looks like, because a wild donkey has it going Shas v'Arev, and a wild donkey is tummy. Says Gemara, Lav Amart Ikarev. Didn't you say there's Arev and it goes Shas v'Arev, and you say it's tamei? So maybe Ikanami min achrina dami la'arev. Maybe there's another min that's like a Arev, and we won't know that it's tamei. So Gemara Gemiri the Leica. We learned this Shana Maseres that was given over, the only one that has Shas v'Arev, and its tamei is only by a wild donkey. In fact, here it tells you where to check for the Shas v'Arev. That it's under the tail, below the hip bone. You'll see. I don't know why he doesn't have a picture here. Below the hip bone, you'll see that there's a Shas v'Arev of the animal. He doesn't show here pictures. Maybe over here. In the big picture, if I see a second. Here, it's supposed to be by the hip. So there's muscles going this way, and there's muscles going this way. It doesn't show here.
Okay.
Okay.
If
So-
you finish this Gemara, you're going to become a veterinarian.
I know for sure now, much clearer than I learned the first time for Shchita, the Chullin, that's for sure. Simani Chaya. Zan Yimana, the Simanim of a Chaya. Taner Rabbanan Gelant, Elohim Simani Chaya. These are the Simanim of a Chaya. Says Yimana, what do you mean these are the Simanim of a Chaya? Chaya b'chal behema hili simanim. A chaya is just like behema. Mafres is pasul malagera. So what do you tell me? Chaya, these are the simanim. So same thing as a behema. Was based on the under simanim. Rabbi Zayda said lahata chelba, to be mata the fats. Only of a chaya the fats is mutter. Of a behema the chelav is aser. Sagt die Gemara, and this is how you have to say it. These are the simanim of achaya that will allow you to eat the chelav because it's of achaya. Kol sheyesh la kanayim, if it has horns, utlafayim, and it has hooves that are pointy. You see the picture?
Yeah.
Pointy hooves. Here you have not so pointy. Here it's pointy shoes like a woman's shoes in the front. Fancy shoes. Yeah. Sagt die Gemara, Rabbi Deisa says, yesh la kanayim, if it has horns, you don't have to check for the hooves, and it's a chaya, and you're allowed to eat the fats.
Yeah.
Some deers have no hair, no horns.
Huh?
Some deers have no horns.
If it doesn't have horns, then it's a behema, and it's aser.
Yeah.
If it has horns, it's a chaya, and it's mutter to eat the chelav.
Yeah.
Zog Gemara, yesh la tlafayim. What's if it has hooves, pointy hooves? It's not good enough. Tzarich la'atalas al kanayim. You have to check the horns, and if there's horns, that will make it a chaya and make it mutter. The keresh is, others say it's a giraffe. Zamin chaya afa pishein lo elaken nachas, even though it has one horn in the middle, a giraffe. Chalbei mutter. It's like a chaya. Yeah, giraffe is kosher. There's a lot to eat. But who's going to catch a giraffe? A giraffe, you ever see this? So get ein shos mit dem Fuss, it could kill a lion with one kick. It goes up, it shoots it up in the air like hundreds of feet. It's crazy.
No, this
Go
was-
catch a giraffe. You have to have machines. I don't even know they'll have machines to
How
hold
do you
it.
shack the middle of the throat?
In the middle of the neck, you have a long place. You can shecht anywhere. You have a room all over. But it's a tough one to catch.
You have to have a big knife, no?
Yeah.
That's true too. Klolahu, fragt die Mother, is this a klal? That what? That you that
I heard the
you
meat is no good to her.
Hey.
oh really? Of a giraffe?
That's heavy, yeah.
Okay. I see the lions eat and eat for days after it.
Yeah.
I look on these animal YouTubes. Okay.
They eat them.
They eat them for days. It lasts for them for days. Thank you. What about Eis? The yesh lekanayim utlafayim lechalbayasa. You said these are the semanim for chaya. You have a tzig, has horns, has the hooves, like the semanim of a chaya. V'chalbayasa. It's a behema. It's like you might kruches beina. They have to be layered. The in order to say that it's a chaya, the kaneha have to be a bunch of layers. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's not just one layer. In fact, a shoy has a bunch of layers in its horn, and it's a behema, the chalbayasa, and the chaylavazasa. And for the Gemara, it's not only that it has to have horns. Charuk is being on. It has to be. Charuk is. It has to be. How do you call it? Grooved. You have to have a lot of grooves in the hair. You see, circles. The grooving it has to be circles in the horns. In fact, you want to have A's the charukes. You have an A's that it's charukes, A's. Here, it's all. Here you have the horns. It's all grooved. The chalbayas and the chaylavazasa. And for the bottom, if it's is being on, we need that it should be separated. The chalbay mutter. Then it's going to be mutter. In fact, Gemara Chaduris, Varei Tzvi Deima Futzalis, the Chalbei Mutter. We have a Tzvi, which the Karnaim are not Befutzalis, are not separated, and the Chelav is Mutter. And the Gemara Chaduris Beina. We need that it should be rounded. That the Karnaim should be rounded. It's like circular, like here, circle. Not up.
It's a nice shafer. Make a nice shafer out of it.
Yeah, but this is straight up. In fact, in the Hilkach, therefore, when it's split, when the Kanaim Amafutzalos, meaning there's nothing to judge on. It's for sure a Chai Tahira if it's separated, and the Chaylav is Mutter, because there's no Bahema that has spread out horns, that it should be a Bahema. It's a Chaya. But where it's not separated, Be'inan Kruches. If the Kanaim are not Mufutzalis, in order to be Mata the Chaylev, the Kanaim have to be Kruches, has to be layered, Gam Chadures, and it also has to be round, the Charukes, and it has to be grooved in it. Behu the Miblach Kainu. And it has to merge into the other.
Why can't you
Each
check if
groove.
they have a beard? Because you see all the signals.
No, the beard is not a simon. In fact, you
You shave it off.
not in fact, but the Gemara says Hainu speak the Isa Karkos, and this was the suffix that the Chum had been gave to A's that came from the place called Karkos. That a tzigula from Karkos, that the horns were round and they were grooved. So if that was a chaya and the cholbei was mutter or not, or it's not enough. So he is a karkois. The havai beis gelusa. There was a tzig from the place of karkois that was in the house of the Reish Hagela. They took out a basket full of fat. Rav Achai osa. Rav Achai said it's osa. Rav Shmuel Breda Rabbi Yavo Achminei. Rav Shmuel Breda had good gegessen from them. He said v'kori anavshei. And he said about himself, he says from the man's mouth, he fills his stomach, meaning in the schar that he received the halacha from the mipir abaysa. He can't zetikin zich. He could have filled it. He was able to fill his stomach. Sholch mitram, they sent from Eretz Yisrael to Babel. Hilchas Sekavasei, the Shmuel B'nei Rabbi Havo. The halach is like Rav Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Havo, that it's mutter. But he said, he saw Rabbeinu Achai. Be careful, Rabbeinu Achai, who's there, who's usher, says usher, keep to what, if you're by him, don't eat it. Shemei Eini Goylahu. He's a great tzaddik. He enlightened the eyes of Golas. So don't, Shabbos is Nishmatem.
So over there, don't eat over
Don't
there.
eat over there, right? The Kedesh we said is it like a giraffe? Half of Shein La'el Keren Achas Mutter. The Chelu is Mutter. Amar Rabbi Yehuda Kedesh Tavia the Ve'iloi. Kedesh is a tzvi, is a hirsch from the place called Eloi, and the tigris is like tiger. He Arya the Ve'iloi is a line that comes from Ve'iloi. Amar Rav Kahana Teisha Am Hosa Have been Unul the Arya the Ve'iloi. This Arya Ve'iloi was so big, it was so massive. It was 9 amas from one ear to the other ear. 9 amas. It's like 18 feet. Amar Rav Yosef Shitza Amosa Have a Mashchi the Tavi the Ve'iloi. In the length of this deer, the length of it was 16 amas, not the width, but the length. It was a long animal. He says, your God is like a lion. The Chsiv, it says, Aye, a lion sugar roars, Bila Yiddo, shouldn't you fear? So the same thing with Hashem. Might will say, what's the godless? Parash Katal Arya. So he says, Parash, a Gibe could kill Arya, and then he's not afraid of his roar. Amalei, so Rabbi Yeshua said to the case, La Bahai Arya muscle. Abishta is not compared to a regular lion. Ka'arya the Be'iloi muscle. He's like this Arya, this lion from Be'iloi. It's only a muscle. Have those. Amalei, so the case said to Rabbi Yeshua, I want to see that special lion. Amalei, Lei Matzah Chazalei. I can't show it to you. Ibra Chazina, he's the purpose. I want to see it. I'm forcing you. You better get it there. Show me the lion.
Otherwise, I'll kill you.
So Rabbi Yeshua and Chananya had gebeten Nachmim, as they should bring it. So the Aryeh, the Ve'iloi, came from its place towards the Kesa. You have a Machik Abba Meya Pasi, when it was 1,000 miles away. Nehem Chat Kola, he gave a roar, one curl. Afilu Kol Ma'abarta, all the women who were pregnant were mapel from the fear. V'shudu the Reimen Nafal, and the wall of Rome fell. Ad Menachik Flas Meya Parsi, when it was 300 Parsi, that's like 750 miles away. Noam Kalachina, it roared another curl. Nosser Kachi Veshina de Gabre. The moles of the front teeth, and all the front teeth of all the people fell out.
Is this all exaggerated?
Who know from the Kusil Arta?
From Shrek.
From Shrek. And the Koenig, who know from the Kusil area, he fell off his chair. From the roar from 750 miles away, he fell off his chair. Malay. So the case is said to Rabbi Yeshua and Chanani, he's coming too close. Please, Darvin, get him back to his place. Darvin for him, and that lion went back to its place. I want to see your God. Rabbi Yeshua and Chanani said, I can't show it to you. The case is say, Ibra, I want to see it. I'm forcing you. You better show me. Again, Kufas Thomas. Now he says, "Come out. Let's look at the sun." Amalei Istakelbe. Look at the sun. Amalei. Abishum and Hananiah tells the case. Look at the sun. Amalei Loi Matzina. I can. Amalei Abishum and Hananiah said, if the Shemesh, the sun, the Chad Mishamash, the Kaimel Kamei the Kutzberichu, who's only one of the Mishasim of Hakadosh Baruch Hu. You said you can't look at him. If the Shechina would be, for sure you wouldn't be able to see him.